The reading section is considered the third most difficult part of the TOEFL test, right after the speaking and writing sections. In fact, I have students who have managed to achieve their target scores in speaking and writing, but still struggle with reading. Many students feel overwhelmed by the number of questions. You have to read both academic and everyday texts, answer 2 to 5 questions after each one, and there are 50 questions in total. And of course, you also have to deal with advanced vocabulary at the same time. For instance, in the Complete the Words task, you need to fill in the gaps with the missing words. While some of them may be simple, others will not. You will encounter many common academic words, such as fluctuate, decline, report, implement, resort, transform, and others. Often you have to look for clues in the text to figure out which word is missing. Besides, TOEFL academic reading passages often cover topics such as economics, biology, art, literature, philosophy, and related fields. Even though the passages have become shorter than the previous version of the test, they can still be really confusing. If you struggle with topic-specific vocabulary, feel free to watch the videos on our channel where I cover subjects such as biology, zoology, history, art, and more. Then, of course, there is the time factor. You typically have about 30 minutes for the entire section. This means you need to stay focused and answer each question in roughly 35 seconds. So today, I'm going to share 8 essential tips to help you boost your reading score. Let's get started. Tip number 1, improve your reading speed. One of the most important skills for the TOEFL reading section is the ability to read quickly while still understanding the content. You don't have time to read each text in detail, so you should focus on improving your reading speed without losing comprehension. You can take a free speed reading test on the Outread website. Simply click the Start button, read the text, and then click Done Reading. You will then be asked to answer some comprehension questions about the passage. When you finish, you'll see your reading speed and comprehension rate. To improve your reading speed, you can also use the Read Speeder website, which offers a free speed reading course. It provides short, targeted exercises that can help you increase your reading speed. In addition, reading a lot naturally builds speed. For example, if you need to read hundreds of pages for university assignments or work, your reading speed will improve quickly. I know many students who have developed strong reading speed simply by devouring their favorite books every day. Tip number 2 is attempt every question. Don't skip questions without at least trying to answer them. Even if you are unsure, try to eliminate incorrect options and make an educated guess. The TOEFL does not penalize incorrect answers, so there is no disadvantage in guessing. It's harder to guess in the Complete the Words task, but all the other tasks have 4 options to choose from. You should also keep in mind that TOEFL questions are presented in a specific order, which makes it easier to locate answers in the text. Here's a useful strategy I often teach my students. If you have 2 questions about the same passage, notice, or email, the first question usually refers to the earlier part of the text, while the second question refers to the second part. Therefore, knowing which part of the text you use to answer one question helps you identify where to look for the next answer. For example, in the Read an Academic Passage task, if you are asked 5 questions, the first question is typically about the main idea of the text. Question 2 will most likely focus on the first paragraph, and question 3 usually relates to the second paragraph. Questions 4 and 5 often refer to the final paragraph. In addition, information from earlier questions can help you answer later ones. For instance, once you answer the main idea question, which is the first question in both the Read in Daily Life and Read an Academic Passage tasks, you already understand the overall structure of the text. This makes it easier to locate answers to the more specific detailed questions that follow. Tip number 3 is watch out for extreme or absolute words. Extreme or absolute words such as only, always, never, none, nobody, or all can be red flags in answer choices. These words make a statement very rigid, and in many cases, options that contain them are incorrect. So whenever you see such words, be cautious. They may not match the more nuanced information in the passage. For example, consider this negative factual information question. One of the answer choices contains the word only, which is an extreme word, and immediately makes you suspect that it might be the correct answer. Remember that for this type of question, you must select the option that is not mentioned in the text. Since I know that answer choices with extreme words are often incorrect based on the passage, I'm about 90% certain that this is the correct option. Let's double check it. How should we approach this question? A student with limited TOEFL reading experience might begin by reading the entire passage first, or might panic and move back and forth between the text and the answer choices. You can pause the video now and try to answer this question yourself. In fact, the most effective strategy for negative factual information questions is to read the answer choices first. As you read them, identify the keywords, the words that will help you locate the relevant part of the text. Then, using those keywords, read only the necessary sections of the passage. As you read, eliminate the options that are clearly mentioned until you identify the one that is not. As you can see, all the other options except B are stated in the text, which is why B is the correct answer. And my initial guess was right. The text says that different types of workers moved to industrial cities. It does not state that cities only attracted workers with specialized technical training. Because this statement is not supported by the passage, option B is the correct answer. So paying attention to extreme words and using the right strategies can save you a lot of time on test day. Tip number 4 is learn synonyms and paraphrases. As you just saw in the task we did, the TOEFL test often uses synonyms and paraphrases in questions and answer choices to assess your understanding of vocabulary and ideas. For example, if a passage uses the verb increase, an answer choice might use the phrase go up. In addition to synonyms, the TOEFL frequently relies on paraphrasing. While synonyms replace individual words, paraphrases restate entire ideas or sentences using different language. My advice is to develop the habit of recognizing multiple ways to express the same idea. This will help you understand the meaning even when different wording is used. 2 effective exercises to build the skill are: 1. Create synonym chains. For example, take the verb increase. Possible synonyms include go up, rise, expand, boost, grow, escalate, surge, enhance, amplify, heighten, elevate, augment, intensify, skyrocket, and others. Not all of these are exact synonyms. For instance, skyrocket means to increase very rapidly. However, for TOEFL reading purposes, it functions as a sufficiently close synonym. 2. Practice paraphrasing academic texts. Take short excerpts from academic passages and rewrite them in your own words using synonyms and structural changes. For example, you can change word forms. Include, including. Change word order. Switch between active and passive voice. This is an excellent daily exercise. If you practice for even 3 to 4 minutes a day, paraphrasing on the TOEFL will quickly become much easier. This is an activity I regularly do with my one-on-one students, and most of them struggle at first because they're not used to generating synonyms quickly. However, after a few days, they become more confident, and after a few weeks, they can paraphrase academic texts almost instantly. This is exactly the skill you need, not only for reading, but also for speaking and writing sections. In my TOEFL course, I have specifically dedicated the first few lessons to these types of exercises, so the students preparing for the test are fully ready in terms of both strategy and vocabulary. If you would like to expand your vocabulary and learn high-scoring templates for the writing and speaking sections, feel free to check the link below. And a quick reminder, if you choose the Pro package, please schedule your consultation at least 1 week before your test date. Since I provide detailed corrections and additional feedback on your writing and speaking, I want to make sure you have enough time to absorb and apply the suggestions. Now, let's move on to tip 5. Extract important information and skip extra details. For main idea questions, which you often see in the new TOEFL reading format, it's important to focus on the key information and avoid getting distracted by unnecessary details. For example, information placed in commas or parentheses is often supplementary rather than essential to the main idea. In addition, you should frequently ignore difficult or unfamiliar words and instead focus on the core meaning of the paragraph, notice, or email. Train yourself to quickly identify what is important in the text, especially when you need to draw conclusions from the information provided. A very effective exercise is to read for about 5 minutes every day. As you read, pause after each paragraph and summarize it in 1 sentence. Then, after finishing each page, summarize the overall information in 3 to 5 sentences. Make sure you focus only on the main idea and ignore unfamiliar vocabulary. You can learn those words later while working specifically on synonyms and paraphrasing skills. If you practice this way, you will learn to quickly grasp the gist of any message. The skill is also very useful for the Take an Interview task in the speaking section of the TOEFL. In that task, you will listen to a question and respond in 45 seconds. You do not see the question on the screen, so you need to identify the main idea immediately and begin speaking without preparation. Tip number 6 is understand signal words. Signal words such as however, in contrast, for example, and therefore show the relationship between ideas in a text. These words act as guides that help you follow the author's reasoning and organizational structure. Paying attention to these signals makes it easier to understand how the text develops and to answer questions about the structure and the purpose of different parts of the passage. Signal words are especially helpful for rhetorical purpose questions, where you need to understand why the author included a particular sentence or idea. Read the questions carefully. This may sound basic, but it's essential to read each question carefully and simplify it in your own words. The TOEFL reading section includes a variety of question types, and most of them require you to clearly understand what you're looking for in the text. For example, in factual information questions, read the question closely and restate it more simply. Consider this example. According to the text, which of the following contributed to the decline of the global economy? In simpler terms, you're looking for the reason why the global economy declined. For negative factual information questions, always remember that you must select the statement that is not true according to the passage. Many students become excited when they find an option mentioned in the text and choose it as the answer, which is incorrect. Understanding exactly what the question is asking will prevent you from wasting time on unnecessary details or misinterpreting the task. Tip number 8 is always eliminate 2 incorrect options first. Even if a question seems challenging, start by crossing out 2 options that are clearly wrong. The TOEFL can be tricky, but in most cases there are 2 options that are definitely incorrect. Once you eliminate them, you're choosing between the remaining 2 options, which significantly increases your chances of selecting the correct answer. Also, be cautious if the option you're planning to choose contains too many keywords taken directly from the text. Remember, your task is to recognize paraphrases. So whenever you see an option that repeats many of the same words from the passage, think twice before selecting it. By following these tips, you'll build stronger reading strategies and be better prepared for the TOEFL reading section. As you've seen, It all comes down to practice, consistency, and learning how to manage your time effectively during the test. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more TOEFL tips and strategies. And remember, scoring 100 plus on the TOEFL isn't rocket science. It's the small, consistent steps that make all the difference. As always, I wish you all a stellar TOEFL score. See you next time. Bye.